What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's episode, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Stellar Lumens to USD. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, as well as smash the like button. Otherwise, let's get into some TA as well as a pretty cool article basically about Google listing other cryptocurrencies to their websites and stuff. So basically this article on the Daily Hodl, it was posted, I believe, today. Yeah, here we go. July 20th. It says Google lists Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash in its currency converter. So it's literally as simple as going to google.com and then searching Bitcoin. And you can see as soon as you search it, you now get a Bitcoin converter. And if you do the same thing with like Litecoin, you search just Litecoin and now you get a Litecoin converter, and the prices are pretty freaking accurate. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely a cool step into the future. It says figuring out how much your crypto is worth is cold hard. In cold hard cash can be a cumbersome process. When it comes to Bitcoin, Google has made the process very easy with the converter now. Basically, as for Ethereum, Google has been far less accommodating until now. Google launched the same features with Ethereum, Ethereum's currency Ether, as well as Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Google displays the converter automatically when you search for these things. So you can see they even give the examples of all of them. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. It is such a huge step, especially with a company like Google. You guys got to think about that. Google, a multi-billion-dollar company, is now really opening or spreading some light on cryptocurrency. The fact that they're adding these things, even if they're very small, to the exchanges or just to their websites, it's pretty much just saying that they are comfortable with this currency, you know. And if at any point Google decides to come out and say, you know what, guys, we're going to start accepting crypto, even if it's Bitcoin, or even if they say they're investing in crypto, that is going to be huge for the market, at least into a more mass adoption into retail investors. We've already heard of some industrial, like financial institutions getting involved in cryptocurrency, or at least thinking about getting involved, which is absolutely awesome and definitely a huge step. And when we really hear these major companies accepting cryptocurrency or using cryptocurrency, it's going to be massive. Imagine Amazon.com starting to accept cryptocurrency. We know Overstock.com, you can pay or purchase something with cryptocurrency. And I believe that's owned by Overstock. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But I know Amazon, a huge company, if they start accepting cryptocurrency, which they definitely can, that would be massive for the whole market. A lot of people would become very, very, very more open to the fact that cryptocurrency isn't a scam or something negative to be afraid of. Otherwise, let's just check out some TA for today. We're going to look at Litecoin quickly. I know if you guys were in or watched my videos on the TA this morning, basically, I had two live streams. Obviously, I messed up on the first one. Not sure what was wrong with my microphone. It seems to be working fine now, but I had issues this morning, as well as my lighting happened to die. Gladly, we are getting monetization money, ad revenue, which is going to be put back into the channel. Going to be renovating or upgrading a lot of the software that I'm using right now. I do plan on purchasing Final Cut Pro, as well as getting a new light so that it doesn't keep dying on me every time I try to make a video. But that's just a side rant. Otherwise, let's just check out the currency for today. You can see how Litecoin is kind of pulling back down to a more level-headed area. Reason being is we are on the 4-hour and we are getting quite low on the relative strength indicator. So that is a good sign to see that we did have that pullback. And I was anticipating a pullback after such overbought territory was overtaken. So definitely what anticipated or was expecting that pullback downwards, basically down to this high-low MMA. It's unfortunate that we are below it right now, so it may act as some resistance. Clearly, we do have a support at that $80 level, and I'm hoping to stay above $80 for Litecoin. If we just jump onto the daily, you will now see that we do have obviously our double bottom. You can see the retracement back down right now. It'll be very interesting if we manage to go back down to that $75 level and consolidate. That is going to be a triple bottom, which is extremely bullish on the currency. So definitely be mindful of that. But otherwise, you can see that we are facing some resistance at the 90 level with the extremely overbought area we were in on the 4-hour. It'd be nice to see some consolidation, which we had a nice retracement back to that 44, which is an okay area, and then hopefully some like a push or some movement upwards into the that $90 range again, at least above support at 85, which is currently acting as a resistance. So I do think Litecoin is looking quite nice for what it is right now. The reason it is mainly pulling back is because of Bitcoin's resistance right now. You can see on the daily, we were almost about to enter an overbought area, which isn't the best, especially for markets that are trying to face resistance right here and trying to break through that. Entering an overbought market while we have the $7,500 resistance level, as well as entering that high-low MMA, is huge resistance on the market. So we just need to see some slight consolidation. Even if we hang out here for a little bit, it would be nice to see that move upwards, breaking out of here. It definitely has the potential, but until we get into a more level-headed area, yeah, you can see right here, we were on the 4-hour for Bitcoin in a market that was just so overbought. You know, we're just completely above here where we really shouldn't be at the moment. I very well would not be surprised if we retraced back down to the 4-hour MMA, kind of around that hopefully $7,000 area. By the time it gets back there, the MMAs will have moved up, but you can clearly see why we're kind of pulling back down. But you know what? Look, where the price is practically where it has been, and you can see, if you look where we were before, you can see how we were in an overbought territory at the same exact price a few hours ago, where we are now, and we're now entering a more fluid, easygoing market, which is a lot better to see that we're not in that overbought territory, so we are pulling back down. So that is a good area. You know, another thing to notice on Litecoin too is if we just continue to move like this, we're kind of starting to make these higher lows, which is definitely something to notice. You can definitely see with Bitcoin that it is making these higher lows for the most part the whole time. We're going up now, so it's definitely a cool thing to look at and make sure that you are aware of that. I do think it is a good time to be buying into crypto. At least last week was at the bottom of that double bottom, was a very good time. And honestly, I think this price level is much lower than it will be. I think the markets are very undervalued at the moment, so I think at any point you buy into crypto will be a good time to buy in. My only concern is do not buy when we're in these overbought territories, because you can see we always go down. The price always goes down. And you know what's wild too is I was gonna say that we were extremely overbought over here, but you notice it at the time when we were overbought over here, the the RSI was above here, but it actually corrects on the same candle, which is why we see it kind of pulling back down now because of the massive drop that it had. So definitely very interesting. Nice to see that that high-low MMA is catching up to the price level. It definitely is a very good move in my opinion. Lastly, let's check out Ethereum for the top 3 cryptos, and then we'll kind of look at the coin market cap overall. So very interesting too, we're now seeing Ethereum moving back down. You can see that it did have a downwards channel that it was kind of having trouble with. It managed to chase up to price levels at around 516, so we finally got to see the price above that 500 zone, but it kind of came back down as we face resistance at that $500 level, and that is a huge mental barrier. So until we can kind of build the support, which we have, we can definitely go back up there, but as long as we reverse in the next few hours, if not by tomorrow, we should be still on track with setting these higher lows. And I honestly think we're still headed back up to the high-low MMA on all the charts for the most part. Let's check out Stellar right now. Actually, sorry, let's jump into the coin market cap. I'm going to refresh really quick just so I can see what that market cap is and see if there's been any negative movement. Clearly, you guys can see all the red right now, but it's not too bad. So definitely the top 10 are all down. You notice that Stellar, which was once like 5 million, I think that's a million, 1,000 million, no, 5 billion. It was like 700 million. Sorry, I'm so bad with these numbers. 5,700,000,000 is now 51 or 5,100,000,000. Sorry, and you can see Litecoin is much lower. So Litecoin was much higher than 47 before. It was above the $5 billion mark, but with the slight pullback, you can see the issue. And what's cool to notice, or interesting to notice, I apologize for all the Stellar hodlers, but you can see that Stellar's taking the biggest hit due to that massive run, and I'm not surprised too, and we're about to look at why that massive run happened. But it is in the top 10, it is the one that's taking the biggest hit, and if we I just want to check out the market cap right now, and then we'll jump into some Stellar TA. We're seeing a $276 billion market cap, which is still phenomenal, but a little bit lower than where we were before. But you can see what I drew yesterday for those who were hodling Stellar. You can see that we did have the double bottom, and we did retrace to levels of at the same percentage that we were supposed to gain. And I called that we were going to drop back down to the high-low MMA and use it as support. And, you know, if I called it right, I called it right. But you can see it was a lot quicker than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be it would have been better for the currency to consolidate a little bit longer and then pull back slowly. But unfortunately, we were in an overbought territory. Like I said, worst time to buy is above here. And you can see that we're finally pulling back down, but much quicker. We kind of just straight bottomed out and went right back down to the high-low MMA, which again is acting as support. So honestly, what this currency needs to do is just trade sideways for a little bit. It needs to get in a better position on its middle moving average, on its RSI, kind of come back down to that 50 area and kind of consolidate sideways until it can gain more momentum in that price volume and push all the way up. But otherwise, that is all for today's episode. Hopefully you guys saw the live stream that I did this morning. I know the first one went terrible, and I believe I lost like 4 subscribers from that, but I appreciate all those who watched, and the second live stream was a lot better. So if you are to watch one, watch the second one. I definitely recommend it. And we did have a lot of fun. There is a lot of cool stuff that is coming to this channel, as well as me starting another channel, which will definitely give a just broader overall aspect on health, fitness, my general life, unboxings, and just really cool things that I think we should all see and learn about, or just stuff I want to share with you guys. But otherwise, that's going to sum up the episode for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.